Welcome to English Street Lab. Did you know that America started as just 13 small colonies and grew into one of the most powerful countries in the world? In this video, you'll discover the fascinating history of America while improving your English. Don't skip. Let's begin. The History of America. Part 1. A Land Before America. Long before the United States of America existed, the vast land was home to millions of indigenous people. Thousands of years ago, tribes and nations spread across forests, mountains, deserts, and rivers. The Cherokee lived in the southeast. The Sioux roamed the Great Plains. The Iroquois built powerful alliances in the northeast. Countless other nations developed rich cultures, languages, traditions, and systems of government. They hunted, farmed, traded, and built communities long before European explorers arrived. For generations, the continent flourished with diverse civilizations. Great cities rose in some regions, while nomadic tribes traveled across open lands. No one knew that the arrival of Europeans would change the continent forever. Part 2. The Arrival of Europeans. In 1492, an Italian explorer named Christopher Columbus sailed across the Atlantic Ocean under the Spanish flag. He was searching for a western route to Asia, but instead reached lands unknown to Europeans. Although Columbus never set foot in what is now the United States mainland, his voyages opened the door for European exploration. Soon, Spanish explorers arrived. Men like Hernán Cortés and Francisco Pizarro conquered vast empires in the Americas. Others searched for gold, land, and glory. Spain built settlements throughout the New World. Not long afterward, England, France, and the Netherlands joined the race. Each nation wanted wealth, resources, and power. Ships crossed the Atlantic, carrying explorers, soldiers, traders, and settlers. The continent would never be the same again. Part 3. The First English Colonies. In 1607, English settlers established Jamestown in Virginia. Life there was extremely difficult. Food was scarce. Disease spread quickly. Many settlers died during the first years, yet the colony survived. Later, tobacco farming became profitable and helped Jamestown grow. In 1620, another famous group arrived. Known as the Pilgrims, they sailed aboard the Mayflower, seeking religious freedom. They landed in present-day Massachusetts and founded Plymouth Colony. The first winter was brutal. Many settlers died from hunger and disease. Native Americans helped the survivors learn how to grow crops and survive in the new land. Over time, more English colonies appeared along the Atlantic coast. Eventually, 13 colonies stretched from New Hampshire to Georgia. Each colony developed its own economy, traditions, and government. Still, all remained under British control. Part 4. Life in the Colonies. By the 1700s, the colonies were growing rapidly. Farmers cultivated crops. Merchants traded goods across oceans. Cities such as Boston, Philadelphia, and New York expanded. People came from many backgrounds. Some sought religious freedom. Others hoped for economic opportunity. Unfortunately, another tragic system also grew. Millions of Africans were captured, enslaved, and transported across the Atlantic. They were forced to work on plantations under terrible conditions. Their labor helped create wealth, but they endured unimaginable suffering. At the same time, many Native American communities lost land as colonial settlements expanded. Tensions between indigenous peoples and colonists increased. The colonies prospered, but conflicts were beginning to grow. Part 5. The Road to Revolution. In the mid-1700s, Britain fought expensive wars. To pay its debts, the British government imposed new taxes on the colonies. Many colonists became angry. They believed they should not be taxed without representation in Parliament. A popular slogan emerged: "No taxation without representation." Protests spread. The Stamp Act angered colonists. The Tea Act created further outrage. Then came one of the most famous events in American history. In 1773, colonists boarded British ships in Boston Harbor and dumped tea into the water. This event became known as the Boston Tea Party. Britain responded with harsh measures. Instead of calming tensions, these actions pushed the colonies closer to rebellion. War was approaching. Part 6. The American Revolution. In April 1775, fighting broke out at Lexington and Concord. The American Revolution had begun. Colonial militias faced the powerful British Army. At first, victory seemed impossible. Britain possessed one of the strongest militaries in the world. Yet the colonists had determination and strong leadership. George Washington became commander of the Continental Army. He faced enormous challenges. His soldiers lacked supplies. Many had little training. Some fought without proper shoes. Still they continued. On July 4, 1776, representatives adopted the Declaration of Independence. Written primarily by Thomas Jefferson, it declared that the colonies were free and independent states. The war continued for years. Major battles were fought across the continent. Finally, in 1781, American and French forces defeated the British at Yorktown. The Revolutionary War was effectively over. In 1783, Britain officially recognized American independence. A new nation had been born. Part 7. Building a new nation. Winning independence was only the beginning. The new country faced enormous challenges. How should it be governed? How much power should the central government have? Leaders debated fiercely. In 1787, delegates met in Philadelphia. They created the United States Constitution. The Constitution established a federal government with 3 branches: executive, legislative, judicial. George Washington became the first president in 1789. Many Americans admired him for his leadership during the Revolution. Under Washington, the nation began building its institutions and identity. The United States was still young and fragile, but it had taken its first steps toward stability. Part 8. Expansion across the continent. During the 1800s, America expanded westward. In 1803, President Thomas Jefferson completed the Louisiana Purchase from France. The territory nearly doubled the size of the nation. Explorers Meriwether Lewis and William Clark traveled west to map the new lands. As settlers moved westward, new towns and states emerged. Many Americans believed in manifest destiny, the idea that the nation was destined to spread across the continent. Expansion brought opportunity for some. For Native Americans, however, it often brought tragedy. Many tribes were forced from their ancestral lands. One of the darkest events was the Trail of Tears. during which thousands of Cherokee people were removed from their homes. Many died during the journey. America was growing rapidly, but the cost was immense. Part 9. The Growing Divide. As new states joined the Union, a major question emerged. Would slavery be allowed in these territories? The North and South increasingly disagreed. Northern states became more industrialized. Many opposed the expansion of slavery. Southern states relied heavily on agriculture and enslaved labor. Political compromises temporarily delayed conflict, yet tensions continued to rise. Debates became increasingly heated. The nation was dividing into two opposing visions of its future. Eventually, compromise would no longer be possible. Part 10. America becomes a global power. The Civil War changed America forever. Slavery was abolished, and the nation began rebuilding itself. Over the following decades, railroads connected the country, industries grew rapidly, and millions of immigrants arrived seeking a better life. America faced many challenges, including economic crises and world wars. Yet it continued to grow stronger. During the 20th century, the United States became a major world power. It helped shape global events, led important scientific discoveries, and sent humans to the moon. Today, America is known for its influence in technology, business, culture, and international affairs. Its history is filled with both great achievements and difficult struggles. From the first Native American civilizations to the modern nation we know today, America's journey has been long, complex, and remarkable. And as new generations continue to shape the country, the story of America is still being written. The end. And that's the incredible history of America. From a land of native tribes to one of the most powerful nations in the world. I hope you enjoyed this story and learned some new English words and expressions along the way. If you liked this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to English Street Lab for more interesting stories that help you improve your English naturally. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next story. Goodbye.